women want men more when other women want them.
Interesting.
So do you think that's true?
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Do you think that, have you noticed it? More women want a man because other women also want it. Or maybe a woman who she values, if that woman feels that this person is valuable, then she wants it even more.
Potentially. I mean, the research on male and female sexuality is interesting because they are quite different. And female attraction is driven more by status than male attraction is. So that's why it wouldn't surprise me. It's also female attraction is more emotionally driven than male attraction. So that also wouldn't surprise me.
Why is it like that? Why are women attracted more by status?
So because for most of human history, like if you look at kind of evolutionarily speaking, most of human history we lived in small hunter-gatherer tribes, and in a hunter-gatherer tribe, it's basically women, because women are the ones that get pregnant. When you're pregnant, that's 9 months where you're very vulnerable physically. You need to be protected. You could get sick, you could die. The childbirth is very difficult. And then once you have the baby, that's another 2 to 3 years of intense vulnerability. The baby is extremely vulnerable. The mother needs to always be taking care of it. So it makes sense that women evolved to become attracted to men who appear to be very reliable, very resourceful. Like, is he going to show up and is he going to bring food home? Like, that's kind of the long and short of it. And so that's the evolutionary pressure on female attraction. Men, on the other hand, the evolutionary pressure is basically on more personal fitness. Like, is she capable of being a mother? Is she going to be a good mother? Is she going to be caring? Is she going to be sweet? Is she like nurturing? Is she, empathetic? And so it's, you get male and female attraction skew in these two different directions. It doesn't mean that every man is this way and every woman is this way. Obviously there's exceptions and certain men and women behave very differently. But as in general, that's why you kind of get these two different styles of attraction.
Do you feel if women are just driven towards, let's say, more status, why is it like that more women are attracted towards really toxic men? Why? That most women's fertility peaks when they see dark triad traits in men. Like, they're in the short term, they're more attracted towards narcissists, psychopaths, like all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think men are like, they are more biologically driven or like attracted towards toxic men? Or is that it has to do something with evolution? And
I
what
think
is it about?
I think there's a combination of explanations here. So the women aren't just attracted to status, they're attracted to the potential of status. So this is why you see a lot of women will be attracted to a man who kind of has nothing going on in his life, but if he got his shit together, could potentially have a lot going on in his life. Like, women are very drawn to that. They kind of have this sense of like, well, if I can just help him figure it out, he's going to go places, right? So women are also very attracted to men with great potential. And I would argue that dark triad traits are false signifiers of potential, right? If you think about what is a narcissist, what's a psychopath, what's a very Machiavellian person, they're very confident. They're very self-assured. They're probably very well-spoken. They probably don't doubt themselves very much. And they probably have no problem lying and telling you all the things you want to hear. So it is a short-term false signal of a great future status. And I think what happens is a lot of women, and this has been my observation at least, a lot of women will end up in a relationship with a toxic man earlier in their life. Maybe this isn't an argument for not having arranged marriage. A lot of women will end up, or having more divorce rather, a lot of women will end up in a relationship with a very toxic man early when they're young, and they learn that mistake. They're like, oh, okay, like stick around long enough to make sure he's not faking it, or learn how to read the signals that he's actually a dark triad type guy. And then in their second serious relationship, they figure it out. They're like, okay, I'm not going to fall for that again.
So you're saying they don't fall for toxic men, they fall for fake confidence.
Basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, I mean, if you look at what, what narcissism really is, it is fake confidence. It's so bad about himself that he needs to constantly lie to himself about how great he is. And then the side effect of that lying is that he appears confident to people around him. It's one of the things I had a social media post that went viral maybe a year or two ago. I said that narcissists appear confident to people who are not confident. It's once you're confident, you can see through the narcissist and you're like, oh, that guy's faking it. But if you yourself are not confident, you are doubting yourself all the time, and you're never self-assured, and you come across a narcissist, you're going to mistake it for confidence because it's on the exterior, on the surface, it's the same behavior, but the underlying intentions and motivations are completely different.
But how do you differentiate then the person with fake confidence versus real confidence?
It's actually very easy. Tell them no.
What do you mean by that?
Disagree with them. Tell them no. Tell them they're wrong. A narcissist is not going to tolerate it. They're going to belittle you. They're going to argue with you. They're going to tell you you're stupid. They're going to refuse. A confident person will be like, oh, okay, we disagree. Let's talk about it. A confident person will change their mind. A confident person will admit they're wrong. A confident person will thank you for pointing out something they missed. A narcissist won't do any of those things.
Doesn't it also mean, it cannot be a case where a confident person is also just very stubborn about their opinions and views, and they're really confident. Right? Even if you look at really great leaders, though there's an argument most of them are narcissists, but few of them,
yes,
if they are not, they're very stubborn about the way things are, and they are really confident. And there's enough stack of proof that, which is why they're getting confidence from.
Sure.
So they're not going to take a no for an answer.
Well, it depends what you're challenging them on, like if you're going to challenge Steve Jobs on
design.
Yeah. Device design. Yeah. He's probably not going to listen to you. But I imagine if Steve Jobs' wife challenged him on raising their daughter, I would hope at least that he would be receptive and be like, oh, maybe you have a point. I will say this, like genuinely confident people will not feel a need to belittle you. They won't feel a need to control you, right? A narcissist needs to control the people around them because they can't accept themselves. Yeah. Their self-image being challenged or destroyed. So they have to control the people around them to maintain their self-image. A confident person feels no need to control you. It's like, oh, we disagree. We disagree about the Indian article.
Yeah, we do.
You know what's funny though? I was thinking about this when we were talking about the community and the family stuff. Maybe this is probably something I missed because when I wrote it, I really thought I was being more balanced. And I think the thing that I was being very well balanced, because the things in that article and my memories from that trip that are like very, very positive had to do with, I was absolutely blown away by the level of hospitality and friendliness of the Indians that I met. Like some of the people that I met and stayed with and traveled with were like so much kinder almost anywhere else I had ever traveled. But it's funny, like it just occurred to me, because I wrote that into the article, but as an Indian, you probably read that and you're like, well, of course, like that's normal to you. Yeah. So it probably didn't stand out as a positive thing. It's just like, oh yeah, this Indian guy was being a normal Indian guy. And whereas for an American, you're like, wow, he did that for you? That's amazing.
Thank you for emphasizing on that now.